Hey guys, All in Crypto here and welcome back ladies and gentlemen for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had an amazing weekend and a nice relaxing Sunday. Today guys, we're going to be diving into a number of things. Of course, yesterday was the first day of the Cardano Summit. We're going to be going over some key takeaways from yesterday in this video, recapping on what was announced and what this means for Cardano as a network, as a blockchain, as a project, as an asset. We're also going to, of course, take a look at the price. In yesterday's video, we did say, look, you have broken out of your descending resistance, and right now you've just done something that is potentially the precursor for this breakout to continue and for us to see more upside. We are going to cover that in this video. Remember, there is absolutely still the possibility of more downside. We are going to be diving into that as well and showing you what that looks like. But where I really want to start, guys, is with yesterday, the Cardano Summit. This was a very, very hyped event. And did it live up to the hype? I've got to be absolutely honest, although I thoroughly enjoyed attending it virtually, I think with all of these events, they fall short of the hype. I think naturally with anything in life, the hype is usually a lot more hype than what the reality potentially is. That being said, the partnerships that were announced are absolutely significant. Not only that, yesterday really showed me, certainly when we went into the Catalyst and the projects looking for funding from Catalyst, it really reminds you of just how widespread blockchain could be. It is going to infect every single asset of society, every single asset of finance. And the reason being is much in the same way that the internet revolutionized and improved systems, business, social systems around the world. Blockchain is doing much a similar thing. I mean, we saw things from the economy to tutoring to you name it. Blockchain is embedding itself and is going to affect those industries in a big way. So this is huge what's going on. I'm going to play this clip from IOHK talking about yesterday as a recap as he sums it up brilliantly. And then we're going to dive into some of the partnerships. We're going to talk about the Chainlink partnership. Because this, I don't think, is a great thing for the oracles being built on top of Cardano. We'll talk about it after we've kind of done a quick recap. We'll get into the partnerships and then we'll cover the price towards the end of the video. So let's listen to what was announced yesterday.
So day one of the Cardano Summit 2021 has just wrapped. It's been an incredible day, not only in our own virtual world event, but across the globe in Wyoming, New York, Miami, Berlin, Tokyo, and at dozens of meetup events across the world. The community has truly come together to celebrate and to look forward to what's ahead as the ecosystem starts to grow. It's still early and it's very exciting. So today we've announced major partnerships with Fortune 250 company, Dish and Boost Mobile, with Chainlink and Aquant, bringing new KYC and AML functionality to decentralized identity through Atala Prism. We've heard from Professor Agalos Kias and his research team, looking at some of the innovations in store for Cardano in the year ahead and beyond. We've done a deep dive into the world of Cardano NFTs, met some creators and revealed new strategic partners driving forwards this exciting ecosystem. And we've dug into wallets, including some of the projects being built by the community. We've heard a keynote from the Cardano Foundation, as well as their announcements from blockchain forests to fan engagement, and from some of the projects backed by the C Fund, the growing investment vehicle for projects building on Cardano. We've got even more for you tomorrow, with everything from robots to regulation, Plutus to payment power grids. We'll have a brand new film from our friends at World Mobile and a keynote from Emergo's Ken Kadama.
We'll cut that there. Really, this is a recap on what happened yesterday. We'll cover today, as I'm still obviously going through it. I'm really looking forward to a number of things to come out today. The Rwanda segment agenda, I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to Charles's keynotes. I'm looking forward to Hydra. I'm looking forward to a lot of things, guys. I am excited. When I said it didn't live up to the hype, it is hyped. It is, you know, these partnerships, the direction that Cardano is moving in is very, very impressive. Please don't let me take that away. But I always feel like there's always a lot more hype than what the actual event matches up to. I think that's a fair comment to make. So the main partnerships was really Boost Mobile, Dish Network, really connecting blockchain to the telecom space. Charles has spoken about this in a number of occasions. We've also got partnerships with World Mobile already. This is just one area of many where we are going to see adoption take place for blockchain, and Cardano is positioning itself at the forefront. So these partnerships are absolutely significant. I do, however, feel like the Chainlink partnership, I could have told you they were going to partner with Chainlink. Chainlink are the dominant Oracle, period. I, early on, invested in a number of different Oracles, and obviously invested in Chainlink as well. Things like Brand Protocol, IO13. And what I've tend to found is that the Chainlink just is superior and completely dominates due to its trust, and it being the kind of name brand that it is. It dominates the Oracle space, and I have a funny feeling that Chainlink's going to do a similar thing over on Cardano. I think people looking to develop dApps, develop DeFi for price feed and things like that are going to probably choose Chainlink over their competitors because it's tried and tested, it works, and it does a very efficient job. So I think that's negative for, and I've got to look at everything, and as an investor, certainly as I'm invested in some of these Oracle projects, I think that's very negative for some of the Oracles coming out on Cardano because competition is definitely a good thing. It drives innovation, etc. But Chainlink is more of a domination than an innovation. Oracle, it really is. I mean, they are that dominant. So this is a bit of a negative thing for some of the Oracles that were being built on top of Cardano, but is a real vote of confidence that Chainlink, and like I say, Chainlink are already partnered with everyone, are willing to dive into the Cardano DeFi space. And this is ultimately going to lead to what we've said on this channel on a number of occasions, is a blossoming DeFi system. You know, the next kind of DeFi boom, I believe, is possibly going to take place in Cardano. We're yet to see that. That's going to do amazing things for the underlying token Cardano, as it's going to become more in demand. Supply and demand would have it be that, you know, we're going to see a price increase off the back of this when it gets more used. And that's what we're all yet to see. So yesterday was good. I enjoyed the NFT stuff, even though I don't bother with NFTs. I would much rather have the real art. I do think it is interesting. I think there is a buck to be made there, but it's not my game and I don't really want to play it. So it was a good day, all in all. It was nice to, of course, hear from Charles. Hugely happy for Charles, Cardano, the team. You know, they really are making breakthroughs in the blockchain space. We did, before this, there was news that there was going to be some industry-defining announcements. We are somewhat yet to see that. I don't think we've seen that yet. Like I say, the hype is always significantly... I've watched a number of other people review it, and they've kind of tried to equate the amount of hype and the event. To me, it's just not there. The hype is always significantly bigger than the event. This isn't just a Cardano thing. This is blockchain in general tends to do this. In fact, everything tends to do this. I don't know if you've ever gone to eat at a restaurant. The hype is always way better than usually when you're actually eating the food. So this is just natural. But that's not to take away from what was announced. It extremely is sufficient. These are some big partnerships, and these are ultimately going to lead to more adoption. I don't know if it's Boost Mobile or Dish actually also work with Amazon. Could be Boost Mobile. So this could be a little connection in there. I'm not going to speculate on that. There's been nothing officially announced. But these are significant companies, both Dish and Boost, and of course Chainlink working with us is really going to see the DeFi space benefit as a result of that. The DeFi space on Cardano benefit as a result of that. So today we've got a lot to come still. I'm going to be watching and I'll be updating you on it tomorrow. Some of the main takeaways. The partnerships were really a big thing for me as an investor. Chainlink was a big thing because it does worry me a little bit with the underlying oracles, although I think they will still do all right. It's just that what I think you'll find is that Chainlink will dominate the Oracle DeFi space of Cardano in much the same way that it has on Ethereum and Polygon and other things like that. So in regards to Cardano, you guys know what we're waiting for. If you've not already watched my video where we map out the Elliott wave theory, we're waiting for this third wave within our fifth and potentially final wave of our Elliott wave theory. I'll just draw it again very, very quickly for you. And we are going to jump into some more immediate price, some more of an immediate time frame. You guys know that I think we're on this fifth and final wave in our macro kind of Elliott wave theory that I believe is going to take you to around about $10. $7.50 to $10 I think is a very conservative price prediction if this bull run goes the way I think it is, and I think we're yet to see a real parabolic end to this year. So that's what we're waiting for. We are currently going for a correction. You did break your descending resistance yesterday. We did say, is this the breakout? And you have done what I like to see. You've come up, you're holding this as a kind of trend line. You've come up and essentially you've come back to retest what was a descending resistance as potential support. This is a very common trait for a breakout. If you look at this breakout here, which was obviously the end of our 4 wave after our 3rd wave in our kind of macro Elliott wave theory structure. You do this, you break out, you come back to test it as resistance before you then see continuation. So that could be on the cards. Whether it's today, tomorrow, or in a week's time, it's coming. Cardano is, in my opinion, going to go higher in price. I'm not a financial advisor, and that is not financial advice, but that's what I'm envisioning. And in actual fact, if I take a quick bar pattern, and we've said this right from the start, ladies and gentlemen, you are doing a very similar thing to what you previously did in the kind of sell-off that was largely brought to us by Bitcoin. Can you see what I'll do actually? To make it a little bit more clear, as I'll leave the second half of it out. Can you see this? Just how similar these are. So there is still the potential for another rollover. Remember, Bitcoin is still in that head and shoulders target to the downside. This is your left shoulder, your head, and your right shoulder, which was not as weak as your left, which we like to see. You do still have a target from your neckline. I think it's around about 37,000. So around about here, guys. That could still be in play. It doesn't have to happen. We are seeing quite a bit of strength come in with these wicks. Certainly today we've seen the strength. In yesterday's video, we did say that we were here yesterday and we said that isn't showing a lot of strength. And you did, of course, sell off, but you bounced. So you are forming a bit of a base here. But ultimately, you don't want to keep coming down and kind of using it as a kind of trampoline, because eventually you will go through it. So there is still the possibility for another rollover. Any kind of rollover that does come, I think, is going to be somewhat marginal. I think Cardano looks pretty good. You can see just how accurate these are, guys. Can you see this? I took this from over here. You could still be in this rollover. So you could still see this be a fake out here, and you roll over once more before you then do get that breakout. A breakout is coming. It's not a matter of if, but when. So be patient, guys. One thing Cardano is great at is this kind of sideways action, and then all of a sudden it takes off and you've completely missed it because you've got that fed up with your position that you've decided to sell out. Can you see this sideways action and then you get the break? Common trait for Cardano. I've been here for nearly 2 years now, and this is kind of how it rolls. So that's really all I have for you in the video. I'm going to update you tomorrow on any more partnerships announcements. I'm looking forward to the Rwanda. I think what Cardano is doing in Africa is amazing. And if there's one thing that I love about blockchain, it's not just the fact that it makes it, it's a brilliant investment in my opinion. That's obviously one of the main takeaways, but it is literally changing the world in many cases for the better. And what is taking place in Africa, we've already seen it in Ethiopia, is we are giving people who have been largely excluded from the financial system, from basic identity or something like that, the opportunity to have that, and we're doing it in a decentralized, fair, self-governed way. So I'm exceptionally excited about what's to come for Rwanda, and what they've got to announce in that. I'm also very excited for Charles Hoskinson's kind of closing keynotes. That's really all I have, guys. So there was a couple of main partnerships, Boost and Dish. Obviously the Chainlink partnership is a good sign, potentially not for the oracles building on top of Cardano, but we're yet to see how that transpires. We're just waiting for continuation in this bull run, guys, and I do believe you are going to get it. I think Bitcoin is going to bottom out. I think there is definitely the potential for another rollover in much the same way you did over here. We can even overlay this very quickly for you, but hopefully this video is showing you that everything is still looking good to me, guys, and ultimately we're expecting more continuation in this bull run. I know I say that a lot, but that is exactly what I believe is to come, and we've been saying that. We've been right so far about the trend for cryptocurrencies on a macro scale, and I believe we're going to continue to be so. So you could see Bitcoin do something like this where it kind of drizzles out before you then get that break in much the same way that happened over here, and Cardano of course would follow suit. Potential for the breakouts have already taken place. You've come back and you've tested this beautifully, guys, which is what I like to see. Still early doors. We need to see the volume come in, and we actually need to see us continue to kind of trend upwards and make marginal higher highs and higher lows before we get that kind of impulsion. That's all I really have for you guys. Stay tuned. I'll update you tomorrow on the rest of what's happened at the summit. I'm still very hyped. It's been great attending the virtual event. Big thank you to everybody for putting it on. Nice to see some of the smaller content creators like Jack Ingram on his NFTs. That was very nice to see, and all the best to him. And that is really all I have for you in this video, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. If you enjoyed the content, like us, appreciate it, so as a comment, and I'll catch you in the next YouTube video. Thanks a lot for watching.